So, welcome to the live stream, Arm Wrestling fans. I'm Pradeep from Arm Wrestling Newz. I had a couple of news updates for you today, but instead of making a video, I thought let's take the easy route and let's just make a live stream about it. In a live stream, I can usually discuss many more topics compared to just a video. So, there are few topics that we are going to discuss in this video. You may have already seen them on the thumbnail of this video. So, the topics that we are going to discuss today is a new super match announced by Monster Michael Todd, East versus West 4, which is going to be on August 6th. Corey West, some update related to Corey West that I'm going to tell you now. And thanks for having my back, which is huge, huge. I expect a lot of support from you, but maybe even I did not expect this level of support. Robin S is sad because he's second, not first. Brian Johnson. So maybe Brian Johnson just commented first. Not a big deal, brother. The Mighty Silverback, we got your back because you are right. I read your comments, Mighty Silverback. I read your comments. I don't know if I've replied or not, but I did read them. Mark Skigera, he supports me on my Hindi channel as well and English channel. Work again. Thank you very much, brother. You're slowly turning out to be one of my biggest supporters, Mark. Thank you very much. Marco TA saying, I like that you are not afraid to speak up. Yes, we are going to discuss that topic briefly. Not the topic. We already discussed it. One live stream and a couple of videos, which I think needed to be made because I was seeing some difference in behavior, sort of hypocrisy from some people who are now calling me out for saying, and at least now they're clearly admitting that they're going to be different for others and different for friends. Ankur Banerjee, your brother. Welcome, Ankur. Welcome. You're most welcome here. 32 people watching live already, 16 likes. So, and actually, before I start the news, I want to talk about one topic. I did a couple of interviews on my Hindi channel, Arm Wrestling Newz Hindi, and I did one interview with two ladies, and one of them was a powerlifter. So in 2017, she started powerlifting, immediately became national champion or something, and then 2019 she was asked to arm wrestle and immediately became national champion. And I asked her, "Have you ever lost?" And she was like, "No, not yet, not yet." And man, that is just crazy. Her powerlifting numbers were like 120 kg bench, 230, 240 squat, and over 250 deadlift. Never worry about replying to every comment. It is appreciated that you try. Yeah, I used to do that, but in the last 1 month, I was going through a very hard time. I wanted to, but I did not get time to read the comments. So there were about 10, 15 videos whose comments I did not get to read them, all of the comments. I read some of them, but not all of them. And now I will try to read all the comments once again, at least for this 1 month when I'm completely free. I'm a full-time YouTuber for 1 month. That is just amazing stuff. Never worry. Okay, you said never worry to reply to every comment. Thank you, brother. I'll try, still try. Alexander Nanov is saying, you're the best commentator of arm wrestling. I support you, my friend. So thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Mark Skera is saying, you're simply the best arm wrestling journalist. I really appreciate that. Really, really appreciate that. I'll try hard to maintain that title. Mark. Pradeep, you should try to interview Todzilla. Patrick, I think I have interviewed Todzilla a couple of times already. Maybe I will try once again before his match at East versus West. So those ladies were kick-ass. Mark was also there in the chat. India's soon 3 to 5 years going to be a force to be reckoned with in the international scene. So Andre 19, Marin, Pradeep, just as you wrote your comment, immediately, I'm not lying, brother. You may think that I'm lying here, but I'm not lying. Immediately, just when you wrote, at the very same second, YouTube told me now would be a good time to insert ads. Creators earn more money inserting ads the more viewers are watching. Okay, give it a try. So Mark, YouTube also knows you, and you're my ad guy. Hi Pradeep, love you. Rain Blue, love you too, brother. Bruce Leroy is saying, we're with you, bud. Only thing worse than a loudmouth is malicious loudmouth. Lagia, the mental gymnastics from Uncle John friend circle are amazing. I agree. Main Wolverine. What's right isn't always popular. Old saying, yeah. 119. Lol. So, guys, the first news. New super match announced by Monster Michael Todd. The super match between Craig Tuye versus Dallas, not Dallas Langston. It has already happened. Dan Mosier. So Craig Tuye versus Dan Mosier Monster Factory event. I think it is on 10th of December this year. Free to watch on Monster Michael Todd's channel. So these two have faced each other multiple times because they both are around that 190 200 pound range. So it is obvious that they have faced each other multiple times. And sometimes Craig Tuye wins, sometimes Dan Mosier. But if I were to talk about a winning record, I must assume that Craig Tuye has a winning record over Dan Mosier because he has been there for longer. And now Craig Tuye may lose to Dan Mosier just because he has been arm wrestling for so much, like he's 52, 53. I don't know his exact age, but he's not very young anymore. And Daniel Mosier, maybe Dan can get him this time. Sweden Arm Wrestling Television, brother, first of all, without even reading your comment, you uploaded a video and you did not surrender to your friend circle. I was really, really happy to see that. To be honest, I was not expecting that video from you, but you uploaded it. Thank you very much. You stood for the right thing. And it is like two athletes. We are going to talk about it later on, but I'm going to just address it quickly. Some people are saying both of the athletes are okay. Then why are you pissed off? Why are you butthurt? There were some people saying on other channel, of course, not on my channel. The reason is, I think 2013 Bankston versus Cobra Rhodes. He literally tried to do the same thing, trying to break Cobra's arm. After that, it happened with Monster Michael Todd against Travis Bagent. Wayne Withers suffered it at the hands of Herman Stevens. And now this is the fourth incident that we know. This is the fourth famous incident. I'm sure there are many incidents, very similar incidents as well. So if everybody goes unpunished, like all four of them were escaped from the reality, unpunished, unharmed, they did not face any consequences. This is why it is happening over and over again. So unless we talk about it again and again, it is going to happen again and again. So we need to talk about it. So next time, just imagine if next time somebody does that at Neil Pickup's Arm Wars, Neil is not going to tolerate that because Neil Pickup is also having a hard time trying to reply to everyone, trying to explain to everyone. At the beginning, Neil Pickup was also like, I have seen worse. It is not that bad. And now Neil is also kind of a little bit changed and saying, yeah, it shouldn't have happened. So thank you very much, Sweden Arm Wrestling Television. You're a member for 5 months as well. You're the man, Pradeep. Nice to see your progress. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. Good friend. I'm going to beat GOAT John Brzenk. My channel for fun. Are you going to meet Michael Monster Todd when he is in India? Yes, I'll make a post. Please comment on that post. Questions for the interview with Monster Michael Todd. I'll be recording a live face-to-face interview with Monster Michael Todd. Man, I do not have enough gear to record that. I have one microphone, Rode microphone, but I'm not sure if in even that loud area atmosphere, if that microphone is going to be enough or not. 73 people watching, 43 likes. Thank you very much, brother. I'm on the front lines. It's tough getting bombarded each day. JJ, where? I did not understand this comment. In blue. Main Wolverine. What's right isn't always okay. Reddit. Yes, he is my channel. It will be epic content. Okay. I'm going to beat John Brzenk in coming years. John Brzenk, China John Brzenk. Okay. Pradeep inside. What's up, brother? Performance enhancing pancakes. Welcome to the stream, brother. Welcome to the stream. So the first news was about a recent match announcement by Monster Michael Todd for his December 10th. Yeah, December 10th event, Monster Factory event, which is going to be the third event of Monster Factory. And the match is Craig Tuye versus Daniel Mosier. So age, Craig is 49. Okay, he's 49. I thought he was 52. And Dan is 44, 5'10", 195, 200, and class ranking. Craig is ranked number 1 and Craig Tuye number 2. I think it is 200-pound ranking. So this was the first news that I had for you today. I think that is going to be a great hook war. There is no other way that I can see that match going. Why would you put your friend Ryan Bowen on blast by making public video instead of calling him personally as a friend would actually do? Good question, great question, and I do agree with you, because there was no point in calling or messaging Ryan Bowen. I know he's a great friend. All of you know that Ryan is a great friend of mine. Because there was no point. I was 100% sure that what I wanted to see from Ryan is not capable enough to do that. I wanted Ryan Bowen to have a same stand in both situations. In that other situation where his friend was attacked, and in this situation where his friend was the attacker, I wanted Ryan Bowen to have the exact same, which may not be humanly possible. I know I can speak freely because none of my close friend is involved. Yes, Uncle John is a close friend, but there is no enemy for me. And I've not met Uncle John personally. Maybe Ryan has not met him, or maybe I'm underestimating myself. I could have been neutral in that situation. But for Ryan Bowen, I knew it will not be possible for him to take a similar stand in both situations, although the outcome and the action of both of them were very similar. Uncle John's action, in my opinion, was more severe. So I clearly knew Ryan is not going to make a same video about Uncle John. And this is why I didn't message him. You tell me, had I messaged Ryan Bowen, you clearly know what I wanted from him or from everyone else in that public video. Ryan wouldn't have done that. So it would have been a waste of time, in my opinion. Andre 19, Devon would lose to my sock. Cobra Vovoda, do you think UJ will go Berserk even more in his next match? And if you try to slip from him in the grass, he'll break your arm. And people were talking about context. Okay, we'll discuss this topic later on. Okay, since everybody is talking about Uncle John, we are going to discuss the final topic first. Thanks for having my back. This was the final topic today. Why? Thanks for having my back. Everyone expects support on their own channel, on their own territory. It is kind of a territory, and you get supported there. Yes, I got immense support from you. At least I would say 98% support from you guys. Everyone was saying, I got like 20 different comments that, Pradeep, my respect for you has increased. Instantly subscribed. Like all of the comments were like that, all of them, except for few comments like from Evan Burgoyne, from Neil Pickup, from Ryan Bowen, and a few others, from Marcus Thompson. I recently got to know that that super chat super guy, he kind of hates me and he's racist as well. I saw that from his comments. I do not believe in that, but people told me that he's racist. I saw some comments as well. So except for these 4 or 5 guys, I got the utmost support, more than I could have expected from you guys. Everyone supported me, not only on my channel. That was the surprising thing. I went on to Evan Burgoyne's channel. The chat was thrashing him for supporting Uncle John. Everyone was against him. Whenever he was talking about me, everyone was saying, yes, Pradeep was right. But he wasn't willing to listen to that. Same thing on Jake Ward, Aussie Arm Wrestlers chat. He had zero support on his own channel. Everyone was supporting me. Same thing on Neil Pickup's channel. Neil was live, the Fix show, 114, 15, whatever it was. Nobody was supporting Neil Pickup on that topic. Everyone was supporting me in that topic. Same thing everywhere. Ryan Bowen's video, Ryan is getting thrashed on his own videos for having different stance for his friend in this situation and in that situation. The person who was getting attacked and the person who was attacking, completely different stance. So Ryan was getting attacked on his own channel. Even on Ryan's channel, like whenever he comments something, and if I comment or if someone comments in my support, Ryan's own comment is getting like 1 or 2 likes, and whoever is commenting on my support on my side is getting like 15-20 likes. So that was just amazing support to see from all of you, all of the channel combined. I got the support, and everyone who was kind of trying to justify that what he did, Neil Pickup was clearly trying to justify Uncle John's actions, that he did the right. Evan Burgoyne was saying it. Uncle John did not do anything that was breaking the rules. Uncle John was not breaking any rules. This is what Evan Burgoyne said. Same thing with Neil Pickup. Neil said, it is nothing serious. I have seen worse. So kind of giving him the pass, kind of encouraging people to do the same in the future as well. Man, I never expected that kind of support. Never. I always expect that support, and I always get it on my own channel, but on Neil's channel, on Aussie Arm Wrestler's channel, on Ryan's channel, on Evan Burgoyne's channel, on every YouTube channel, I was getting more support than those guys. At least the ratio was 80-20 in my favor, at least, even on their channel. And here it is like 97 or 98 too. Okay, I'm here. The stream is allowed to start now. The Drew24 algorithm, YouTube algorithm boosting comment. John's natural instinct is to break opponent's arm. Won't be watching him anymore. Deeps is saying. And then again, Jake, Aussie Arm Wrestler, was mentioning this topic 1,000 times. It was not his intention. It was not his intention. You guys are crazy. You guys don't know anything. And same thing with Neil Pickup, was mentioning experience level in this thing. I don't know how much experience it requires to see the intention of a guy. Then somebody told me, watch the David Bradford match. I watched it again, and Uncle John was saying that my intention was 100% to break David Bradford's fingers. So he has clearly mentioned such instincts in the past, such intentions in the past. Pradeep versus Bowen needed ASAP. Man, now I feel like I need to start to train my left. Maybe after a few years of training, I can crack Ryan Bowen left-handed. Pradeep versus Bowen. Uncle John's elbow crossed the international border by trying to break his opponent's arm. Yes, it was crossing his opponent's elbow pad as well. And that was not his intention. It was a mistake. It was just a mistake. It happens with everyone. He apologized. Move on. And encourage people to do the same in the future by telling them that at the most that is going to happen to you is you're going to get an elbow foul, which people get for 1 millimeter elbow pops. Maybe interview with Alex will be great, as he's also recently started his YouTube channel. Yes. Do you think UJ will go? Okay. He should. Cobra Vovoda, he should. If, in my opinion, if he was till now, he was showing that he just doesn't care. He has a thick skin, and he wants all the hate. These were the comments. He has no integrity. These are the comments that he was mentioning about himself. He should carry forward this. Now he got the first genuine opportunity to be really hated. He was faking that he wants to get hate from people. He was faking that by making those videos against Levan Saginashvili. He was faking that. Now he got the opportunity for real for the first time. Let's see if he carries with that. Brian Johnson is saying, really should have just left the UJ thing alone and kept it moving. Hash it out like, man. No, Brian, no. I already gave you 4 or 5 examples of the same thing. And we are going to get 4 or 5 examples more in the next couple of years if nobody talks about these things. If everybody listens to these things, when Ryan Bowen was mentioning that Uncle John is not in a good state, he's not in a good mood, he's not talking with anyone, he doesn't want to come on the fix. These things are really, really good to come out, because people who may be thinking about doing such things in the future are going to take notice from that first case. Maybe that is going to happen to us as well. We will be thrashed even harder. Uncle John was a loved character. We are not that much loved. So we are going to suffer even more. That is going to force them to think that it is not a right decision to do. Just out of heat, do not do that. Daniel versus Craig is a good match. Craig will win. Yes, good match for sure. Uncle John is a spineless coward. Uncle John also did a challenge, so noobs could see how strong the arm break position is. I saw that typo. I meant, yes, MMT will be meeting Pradeep. So keep watching Pradeep's channel. It will be epic content. Yes, thank you, Mark. Deeps is saying he took the video down for a few days later after everyone gave him shit. Which video, Deeps? Which video? Uncle John's elbow need to apply for visas to chase his opponents around the globe. Who cares what you or what we want? Grown-ass man, let them. No, brother, no. The sport will have a bad image. People trying to do that. I was just joking. I was saying that, yeah, I would love to see a fight between a player and a referee. Maybe deep down I would enjoy it, but I would not want it to happen because it projects a bad image for the sport. He's not a super anything, just a punk. Igor Mazurenko is saying, yeah, I agree. Interview with Kordecha, maybe Vitaly, Ryan Bowen, Michael Todd, all will be dope. Cobra is saying, UJ is not a bad guy. Nobody's a bad guy. Nobody in this world is a bad guy. This is what I always say. Everyone inside their own head is a good guy. Everyone. You tell me one guy who believes in himself that he's a bad guy. Nobody's a bad guy. He loves arm wrestling. I think he just got a little bit over jealous. No, I would say overexcited. As somebody mentioned yesterday, he took the exploding head technique way too seriously. That was the best comment, man. Best comment. It's not about messaging Ryan as a friend. It's about having a channel to call out the BS in arm wrestling whenever such thing happens. Sanka, correct, absolutely. John should make a video and apologize to the arm wrestling community. I do agree with that. I do agree. Old guard versus new casual fan base. Marcus is racist. What did he say? I have a screenshot of a few chats that people sent me. I don't know if I want to read them here or not, or even if I take like hundreds of screenshots every day. I'm not sure even if I can find it or not. Better leave it. You're the man, Pradeep. Somaya is saying thank you very much. Darko is saying I have been good for PR. If UJ just owned it and made the video himself. It was a combination, a compound effect of many things. Compound effect, like it started when he did this. Okay. After that, as soon as he did it in that video, he said, if you're going to run away, I'm going to chase you. That was like a warning. If that happens again, I'll also do the same again. Then after that, even during the apology towards the end of that super match video, which was very clear, it was not his own apology. Maybe Neil Pickup or someone else asked, or maybe even forced him to say so. It was very clear. You can just see it on his face. And even during the apology, it was like, it may look bad on TV, as if I did not do anything bad, but it still may look bad on television. That is why I'm apologizing, but that was not my intention. So those two were trigger points for him, for me at least. The third trigger point was Neil Pickup coming in my chat and explaining that I do not have the experience to know whether it was a bad thing or not. That was another big trigger point. Fourth trigger point, Ryan Bowen having completely different stances for same situations when his friend was attacking and when his friend was getting attacked. Those four were big trigger points for me to make those videos. Ryan always gets thrashed. Evan Burgoyne said Brzenk has a whack career. Evan said that Uncle John did not do anything out of the rules. Uncle John was perfectly within the rules. This is what Evan Burgoyne said. And before, a couple of minutes before that, he was saying that I do not know about arm wrestling. Just like Khalid kicked opponent went down. Yes, again, same thing. I said it should not happen. It is a very bad thing that it happened. Khalid was also not following the rules in arm wrestling as well. And when he goes to MMA, he's not following the rules there as well. So something is wrong with him. I did clearly say those things. I got sent the video of Michael versus Travis, and I was like, that was in 2017, maybe. I was not around arm wrestling scene at that time. If I were, I would have definitely made that video. My family member, if my brother was an arm wrestler and he did the same thing at Arm Wars, I would be making the same video against him as well. I can promise you that much. Do you think India could help us out in Ukraine? Bro, kind of sensitive topic, but yes, Ukraine did ask for help from our prime minister multiple times, but our country, unfortunately or fortunately, I do not know what to say here, did not respond. Our country tried to have a neutral situation in this by not responding or by not interfering. But yes, Ukraine did ask our prime minister to talk with them. I think they talked, but did not provide any help even after multiple requests. The reason for that I've heard is that India has always had very good, almost perfect relations with Russia, military relations I'm talking about, and Ukraine has never supported Ukraine. Whenever we had fight with, I think with China, or maybe Pakistan, I'm not sure about Pakistan, but Ukraine, I heard, have always not supported India in those issues, and Russia has always supported. So this is why our country took a neutral stance in this war. The Ukrainian, I think Ukraine prime minister or whoever it was, I don't know, but he even mentioned that India's prime minister is one person who could convince Vladimir Putin to stop this thing. Ukraine officials did say that, but no, it did not happen. Did not happen. The guy is drunk non-stop. That guy, which guy? What rule did he break under the arm wars rule set? Rule of sportsmanship conduct. Never apologize to a mob. They won't forgive. I'll arm wrestle UJ. He cannot break my arm. Neil didn't encourage the move at all, Pradeep. That is full of shit. Neil said he hated the move. Yes, after he himself got a lot of hate. You should definitely check out my chat when Neil Pickup was here, where he was kind of blaming me for not being experienced enough. And he said that it was not serious. He has seen much worse. What do you mean by that? It clearly means that much should be allowed. What he did is actually a submission in BJJ called an Americana. You can easily dislocate someone's shoulder with it. Yes. His arm was completely going backwards. If there was a slight rotation and then he did this, then it would have been a for sure shoulder dislocation. Not that I support what John did. Dirty move, but get over it, please. Yes. Fuck Burgoyne. Fuck Burgoyne talking shit about MMA. MMA fighters say they are going to kill the opponent all the time. Doesn't mean they actually mean it. It's just bad optics. PEP saying, I think the issue is that because of the rules, it benefited UJ to do that. I've been a huge fan of flagrant foul rule for a long time. We definitely need it. Devon did it to Mask at WL. Yeah, dragging elbow off the back of the pad, squeezing Dave Chaffee's thumb for 30 seconds, 20 seconds. Who is making excuses for John? I haven't seen one person do it. Ryan, Ray, Neil all said it was wrong to do. I don't see what the problem is. The problem is different stance for different people under same situations, similar situations. 5 example out of thousands of matches, it isn't a common thing, but it should be addressed when it happens. I agree. Man, there are a lot of comments today. Sorry, I will not be able to read. Joseph is saying something. I'm saying isn't really enough rules to prevent cheating. I agree. Jay, also it is not really convincing argument to say that it was intentional foul. Okay, yes. All I was saying, and yes, one more trigger point. I was talking about trigger points. One more trigger point was that at least it should have been a loss in at least that round. I'm not talking about entire. There are many layers to this. First layer is loss in that round. Second is loss in that entire match. Third is disqualified from further matches at that Arm Wars event. Fourth is disqualified from Arm Wars completely. At least the first step should have been taken, that a loss in that particular round. But even that step was not taken by the referee. This is what I really do not like. The first step should have been taken. Loss in that particular round. I think you took advantage of the Ryan bullying situation. He really just made a bare opinion and you make a video of that. That was too much. If you have a problem with this opinion, just tell him personally. No, Ryan Mohan had a problem with that Jules guy who was just trying to press his opponent down, press Matt Conley down during a practice. Ryan did not talk to him personally. He made a video about it. So why shouldn't I make a video about it? I'm tired of this community and its bullying. That being said, John did is wrong in my eyes. He's a grown-up man, apologized, and Morrison seems to have forgiven him. I don't think he owes any, especially to the keyboard warriors. Jay, you're the keyboard warrior here. You're the keyboard warrior. Of course, they will defend their friend Uncle John. It's so hypocrite move. The question, the problem is that everyone was not able to answer this question, and it was asked to everyone in their live streams that why different stance for Matt Conley and Uncle John, why different stance for Jules and Uncle John. Have you spoken to Uncle John or Ryan privately? I messaged Uncle John before I started all of this Blue Monstrosity. Before I started all of this, I did message Uncle John that I'm going to talk about this topic in a live stream and I want you to join. Can you join? And he just wrote, nope. It is fucked if Mars is racist shit. Yeah. Yes. I've never seen a single comment from him. At least he's constant with it. Like, if he hates me, he doesn't watch my channel, or at least do not comment on my channel, because I have not read even a single comment from him on my channel. Thomas Coado, what is this now? You order people to make video just because they don't think like you? No, they don't think like themselves. How they used to think 5 months ago. Thomas, this is the problem. Not thinking like me, thinking like themselves, like how they used to think 5 months ago. There is a tendency about YouTubers expecting only positive reactions for all they do. If people do something good, and for all I know, Uncle John liked to be hated. He demanded, he literally begged people to hate him, to talk shit about him, and we are just talking logical things about him, and he's getting hated for that. So as far as I know, he should be thrilled to see that, because that was his dream. It should be a dream come true moment for him. Will Pradeep be blackballed for this strong? Blackballed? What does that word mean? Can somebody explain blackballed? I have to read many comments. I cannot search. Sorry. Blacklisted, something like that. Evan Hermes versus Devon. Who do you think will win? I'm just gathering news and telling you guys, doing live streams, solo live streams. I don't think anybody can blacklist me. Yes, from the events, physically attending events, yes, for sure, possible. Mate, you have zero integrity. Pradeep, I have all the integrity in the world. The only reason that I made this video against my friend Ryan was because of integrity. If I did not have integrity, I would have done what Ryan Bowen did. Just because Uncle John is a friend of mine, I would have just said, yeah, I do not want to speak on this topic. But if anyone else who is not my friend does the same thing, I'm going to trash him online. I'm going to take him to court. Exactly like Ryan said. India is smart to stay non-aligned as far as their personal interests go. Jay Gonya, thank you very much, brother. Even a semi-pro alcoholic, Evan. Okay, Evan is a semi-pro alcoholic. Not someone to look up to for sure. Obviously, saying Ukrainians threw people from India off the buses when they try to get out. Maybe that is the reason, because we did not provide support. While Ukraine was in political union with Russia during most of those issues, Pradeep. Okay, India has 1.4 billion people to feed and clothe. They don't need to take on anyone else's problems. That is correct as well. India can buy cheap oil now. So that's fallacious reasoning. Good evening, Pradeep. Thanks for the live stream. Keith Thomas, welcome, brother. Hi, Pradeep. Are you Punjabi? No, I'm from Haryana. Ukraine, I feel bad for the civilian government. Man, I'm way behind the chat today, way behind the chat. With hand grippers up to 1,000 pounds, how do they not end up with more broken hands? They're using those. Okay, strong, curious. I have no idea, brother. 1,000 pound, I've never heard of a 1,000 pound gripper. Neil is saying, I only don't make the move after I got a lot of hate due to your intervention, Pradeep. Right, sure. Motherfucker, brother, get over yourself. No, I do not need you. Neil, you clearly supported that move, and you won't from now on. Professional fouls are a good idea. He should have been fouled out that round for sure. Not even once, Neil, not even once did you say that it should have been more than a foul. Not even once. Clearly you support that kind of behavior from you clearly expect, and you clearly the intention, the attention that Arm Wars needed, You got it from this. So I'm quite sure, as many people, I won't name who, but many pro arm wrestlers are also saying that you got what you needed from that Uncle John moment. So of course you are supporting him. A broken arm in arm wrestling is no big deal. Neil said he will tweak the rules going forward. I think for future matches, they should change the rules and foul like the instant disqualification. It should have already been there. It should have already been there. The referee should have that much power. UJ is the embodiment of cringe. Arm wrestling dreads finishing. The fact is that if you run away from I'm going to follow, shows that he did it on purpose. And Neil is not going to admit that, because I don't know what the reason is. But he did that in the next start as well. He did that again one more time, and then you're saying it was not his intention. That is just blatant lies. Last arm was, the guy was clearly saying my intention is to clearly break Bradford's fingers. He does a similar thing here. During Bradford match, he was well within the rules. There was nothing wrong here, but it was about intention. And it is the same thing here. Again, in the same round, which Neil is clearly denying that he did not repeat it. But yes, he did. Not everyone, hundreds of people who are saying he did the same thing in the next round. They're not blind. They're not blind, Neil. Blue Monstrosity, you are aware that we produced the film, aren't you, mate? Weird way of sweeping something under the rug. Do you think? Okay. Neil Pickup for life, son. And people that love to super judgmental internet experts need to calm down. So okay, I think let's close this topic. People are way too much interested in this topic. Just look at the comments. Just look at the comments. It is not ending. Super chat. Todd Warsing with the super chat, $2. Thank you very much, brother. What match do you want to see most? Not yet set. I would love to see, those matches have already happened. Those matches have already happened, brother. I would love to see John Brzenk versus Denis Siplenkov. Actually, True Power channel already uploaded that video. That maybe that match can happen. Dennis was saying that he needs another medical clearance before he can compete, but he believes he will be able to train for that. And John is always ready for all the super matches. So we just need a yes from Denis Siplenkov. And Dennis versus Devon left-handed as well. This is what I would like to see again, because I believe this time those matches will be much closer than the last time. Thomas Squaredo is saying, Pradeep, you're attacking the people who wants the best for the sport. I'm also one of those people, brother. I'm also one of those people who wants the best for the sport. All other arm wrestling, maybe I absolutely hate it when anybody breaks the rules during arm wrestling matches. This is why I am so sensitive on this topic. Disqualified instantly. Pradeep, you do care, appreciate your efforts. We are stuck in a circle, so repeating same things. Dead horse here. Can we talk about anything else? Yes, we are going to talk about anything else. It feels bad to leave that many chats unattended. When did Devon become so tanned? Okay. I think I may have to skip many chat. Master Jack is saying, I'm Wrestling Newz. Pradeep is slowly becoming the final boss of the YouTube game. I think you are the reason Engin deletes all his videos. He's afraid of you picking his inconsistency. No. Engin, like I clearly mentioned in that video, Engin is my first best friend in this arm wrestling community. Ryan Byrne is second. And they're still that way. But even if Engin did the same thing, I would have made a video against him as well. It's Pradeep's job to bring us arm wrestling news. Why are people trying to silence him? This is a very important topic, guys. Not the first time it happened. If it was the first time it happened, maybe we would have thought it was just the heat of the moment, which it was. It was clearly out of like a heat of the moment kind of thing. But it is not the first time it happened. And the big irony is that none of the guys who did it previously were punished. Cobra versus Bankston at Arm Wars. Then Travis against Michael Todd. Then Herman Stevens against Wayne Withers. None of those guys were punished, just an elbow foul. That's all they got. And as long as that's all that they are going to get in terms of warnings, fouls, punishment, these incidences will keep on happening unless we talk about them. To cut it short, there should be a rule that I don't know why and how anyone can support that. I would have had absolutely zero problem with Uncle John if he got disqualified in that match. I would not have made a single video ever about it, because what needed to be done was done there. But Neil Pickup said that what he did does not warrant a disqualification. So it is what it is. This is why we are talking about it. I hear John has chronic anxiety. Maybe that's been triggered because of the backlash. He's keeping a low profile. You got what you wanted, man. You've been shouting out of your lungs 1,000 times that you want all the hate in the world, and now you got it, and now you're silenced everything. Durham arm wrestling. You're doing it for new views. No, bro. I can just talk about Devon Larratt as long as I want. My brother suggests me 5 different Devon Larratt videos every day, and all of those videos are going to get much more views than this topic. No, so it is not for the views. All other arm wrestling YouTube channels. Pradeep, why do you want make enemies with I want to be enemies with the hypocrisy and lies. And that will eventually make me enemies with many people who are associated with those two things. What are you are actually going to talk about that? Thank for that. Good to see that you're happy, Neil. Good to see that. Prashant Sisodia, Devon has uploaded a video about this just now. Wow. I'll watch that for sure. Neil, a veteran of the sport versus casual fans brought in from COVID. Who you got? Depends. It depends. It depends. Now I want to see more. I get many of these comments. Like I sometimes I read comments from people, and I can clearly see that why that experienced arm wrestler may have a different opinion because of his personal interests. And some people are jumping in to correct the other guy who just had a different opinion, who is a beginner. You are 1 year into the sport, and how do you think you can tell a veteran that he's wrong? Of course he can. Of course he can. Veteran can have different interests for different reasons as well. UJ got smashed. All that energy went to waste and ruined his reputation. Yeah. If you really apologized, you wouldn't be showing your middle finger after the match. So Corey West has created a new YouTube channel, guys. Please subscribe. I forgot to link it in the description, but the name of the channel is Corey the Gorilla West. 1.2 thousand subscribers already, and he has uploaded like 13-14 videos. Great channel already, getting tons of views. I'm really happy to see that. So Corey the Gorilla West, I really want you to subscribe to that channel. I'd really appreciate your support, and please get his channel monetized as quickly. I do not believe anything. So Devon Larratt does a lot of reviews. Why don't we do a review of Devon Larratt video now, guys? Live review of Devon Larratt video. First, before that, let me read Neil's comment. Pradeep, they were punished by the actual ruling, which accounts for that type of infringement in a wider sport currently. That's actually the point. It was made numerous times. That is, then the rules need to be changed, Neil. If for this and for this same elbow foul, then the rules suck, my friend. Then the rules have not developed in those last 70-80 years, however long arm wrestling has been there. Then the rules need to be changed. I'll add Corey's channel now. Thank you very much, Phil Woody UK. Please add the link here. I'll really appreciate that. For some reason, sharing my screen doesn't really work. I'll try it one more time. Let me try to share the screen. Please tell me in the comments if it is working, then I'll watch Devon's video here. It is good. I absolutely love it. Positive or negative, Devon Larratt made a video about this topic. It means it can only mean good things for arm wrestling. So that at least people are going to know about that. Of course, Devon is much more mature than me, so he's going to take a very soft stance, maybe even encourage Uncle John not to do such things, but encourage not to feel too much demotivated and look forward in the future. I kind of already know that Devon Larratt is going to say that because of his maturity and experience in the sport. But still, let's see what Devon said. Let me share the screen. Intentional arm break match review, UJ versus Kieran. Where is my screen share option? I apologize in advance, guys. I will not be able to. Man, I need to connect my earphones. Leave it. I cannot find my earphones. We are going to react here.
What's up, everybody?
Live.
So there's an interesting match that I just got finished watching. John Thompson versus Kieran Morrison at Armwrestling.
I'm going to increase the speed.
There's a lot of talk about this match online, especially to do with sportsmanship and potentially like flagrant fouling. You know, people were talking about disciplinary action and repercussions that are like even further outside the match. So I had to see what was up. I know John Thompson very well, and so I was especially curious. Armwrestling is a fantastic league, and I'll do a quick review of kind of the incident, what led to the incident, my thoughts about the whole thing. Okay, so first, let's go to, and all the links to the match if you want to watch it are down below. Armwrestling is a fantastic league with tons of great matches. So
far our start is exactly the similar. Devon said, I know Uncle John personally. I also said that Uncle John is a good friend of mine. Then he said Armwrestling is a great league. I also said Armwrestling is doing great things for arm wrestling. Then Devon said that he will provide the links in the description. Then I also, it's like it looks like a similar video. Till now it is absolutely same.
So here we are at the 3-minute mark. This is round one. Uncle John on the left. Okay.
Okay, we're not going to watch round one, Devon. We're not going.
Wars versus say a WAF style of round one and round two.
Let's move to the next round. With that being said, Richie with a super chat. Before we get to that point, let's see Richie with a super chat. Thanks for all the regular updates in the arm wrestling world. Thank you very much, Richie. You're always supporting the channel. Master Jack, Neil Pickup, Supernatural Strength Official, just do a podcast together. So much lost in the chat. I would love to invite Uncle John, but he doesn't want to come. No, not actually heated at all. Yes, Neil, come on in.
There we go, right here. Okay, so this is the second round still. And now
second round, no, not interested in second round.
And okay. Let's watch that again. It made me jump a little bit the first time I saw it. Okay, so that's it. So what do you do with that? So that's what everybody's talking about. That kind of whatever happened there. People are saying that there should be all sorts of repercussions potentially. Some people are fine with it, some people don't. So I figured I'd throw my 2 cents in to this whole thing. First off, I'd say that this is a fantastic match. I suggest everybody watch it. It's good arm wrestling. Now, in terms of like putting on a good show and good hype, and it's awesome. Okay, it's great. And let's not pretend like anybody is some kind of an angel here. I mean, just probably like 3 minutes ago, Kieran was jerking on the strap and yelling in John's face. I mean, they both have been up in it pretty good here. And to me, Uncle John is kind of in a position where he knows he has hand control, and he's just kind of like proving a point that he could potentially carry this on. Arm wrestling has got its parameters where you fight a person. You're in this on the 7x7 square, and you only have so much place to maneuver. But a lot of these things, these are safety rules that have been brought into the sport. Like it or don't like it. I mean, if you can feel a guy trying to slip away from you, but you're stuck at the front of the pad, you know that you have the advantage if you were to be allowed to keep coming forward. So there's a balance point there between the rules. It's interesting because intentional slips are not a thing in arm wars. Okay, yet the 7x7 pad rule is. Okay, so while Kieran is clearly trying to intentionally slip, which in some leagues is a foul, Uncle John is being like, okay, I understand that I'm powerless to stop you at this point, but he's still kind of proving the point that he has it. I think that arm wrestling is a combat contact sport, and if you get on the table with somebody at this level, be prepared to be in a scrap and potentially get injured. Not to say that you should really try and intentionally hurt someone. There's a line there where tread, and in my opinion, that's where Uncle John is. He's treading that fine line between pushing it, unsportsmanlike conduct, and what's within the rules clearly. So there's that line.
Okay, I'll stop. I'm reading the comments. I'm about to send Neil the link. Yes, I will send the link for sure, Neil. I was trying to focus on the video and find these earphones that were just laying besides me. I couldn't find them. Sorry, apologize for that. Heated chat. This is going to be a heated chat. I'm going to about to send the link to Neil. Yeah, sorry, Mark. You had to give me a super chat for that. But yes, I already read that, and I already transferred the link to my own phone from that email. I do not remember Neil's email. I was already doing that while I was playing the video. There is absolutely no way that I can ever ignore Neil Pickup's comment. Absolutely no way. And the link is sent. Mark, thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much. These are of let's fucking go, son. Thank you very much, Neil, for joining the chat. It will definitely add a lot of value and definitely a different perspective, which is always needed. Please, no fighting. I'm scared. Bro, I am nobody, literally nobody, to fight against such an experienced arm wrestler as Neil Pickup himself. But if there is a situation where I may have to defend myself, then I am a very, very good defender. Did he just say he is on that fine line? Yes, Devon did say. Devon did say that. Actually, many people are saying, I read many comments that this kind of behavior has been drawn from Devon Larratt's methods. Devon always talks about the combat side of things. Let's go, Pradeep. The fine line is between whether arm wrestling is a combat sport or not. This is where the fine line is. Neil Pickup has seen the and Neil has already joined. I was talking about if he has seen the message or not. Hey Neil, how are you doing? Connecting to audio.
Can you hear me, mate?
Yeah, I can hear you, Neil. Welcome to the channel, sir.
Right, first of all, cut the bollocks, Pradeep. Straight off the bat. None of this. This is going to be a heated conversation. Shit. Why? Yeah. Why is it got to be heated? Why can we not just talk about it?
Because many people are mentioning that in the chat. I was not the one who's saying that. People are saying that in the chat.
I think that's part of the problem, though, here, isn't it, Pradeep? That, a lot of people are talking about what somebody thinks or what somebody's going to do without actually thinking about that for a moment. Firstly, I want to address a couple of things. The whole sweeping things under the carpet stuff is just a little nonsensical when you think about it. Just to let everybody know, I've only got sort of 5 minutes, maybe 10, and then I've got to go, unfortunately. I do apologise for that, but I didn't plan to come on. I'm just trying to answer any of the fans of the sport. I feel that I've got a duty to try and answer questions and stuff. I can't see the chat, unfortunately. You might help me out with that.
Yeah.
But the sort of sweeping things under the rug, it's a little bit ridiculous, because anybody that's saying that, please be aware that it was Arm Wars that put the video together and edited the video. So if we were trying to sweep something under the carpet, we wouldn't have made a film about it. And that element wouldn't have been highlighted and slow motioned in the film itself and put as part of the post-match comments. Can we just get clarity on that, okay?
Yeah.
So let's just dispel that because it's nonsensical garbage, really. That's the facts. Okay. The second point I was really keen to address here, Pradeep, and this is to you specifically, was that the accusation that you made, and this isn't, listen, it doesn't bother me. I know you're a very forthright, opinionated guy, very much like myself. You've got strong opinions on things. Like a lot of us are, I'm the same way. When you're very fixed on something or fixated, you'll have confidence that you're correct. That's fine. World would be a boring place if we all agreed on everything, wouldn't it? So what I'm telling you is, because I am actually me, so I'm telling you right now, do I support that move? No. Have I ever tried to do that move in my career or even consider doing that move in my career? No. I would challenge anybody anywhere that in my 35-year career you can find any footage of me driving at my opponent in that kind of situation, then you're a better man than me, because I've never done it. So it's simple as that. So that's kind of it. I also have lobbied for that to be a foul back in the day in the WAF, when originally it was not a foul. Okay. In fact, at one point, if your elbow, and this is facts, you can check this back, somebody like Bob Brown, any of the people that are in the echelons of the sport from a rules perspective will substantiate what I'm saying. Nothing that I'm saying here is unsubstantiable. You know, you can go and look at this. At one point, if you had your elbow on the pad and the guy pushed you off, it was your responsibility to keep your elbow on the pad, regardless of whether the guy forced at you. Okay, just wanted to set that out there. Right. I was one of the people that actually lobbied against that in the World Arm Wrestling Federation meetings, for the reason that there is a risk for the arm there, and it looks unprofessional and is ultimately unsportsmanlike conduct. For example, if you are trying to take the danger element out of this for a moment, okay? So I'm not looking to put emotion into this rather than just factual consideration. Take the danger element out of it. And if you are trying to push your opponent off the pad, let's say you're in a losing position and you try to just push him off the pad to win by fouls, I personally don't approve of that. That's just my, some people may, it's all in the game. That's not how I play the game. That's just me, my opinion. I would like to either win, pin a guy, or not. One of the reasons that I was so staunchly against the sort of slip-in losing position is two reasons. Number one, who's losing position? Travis Pagents or Frodo Hoaglands? They're very different things. But it's because I personally would like to see a match won with arm wrestling. I do not condone trying to injure your opponent. I do not condone that move. I genuinely do not believe for one moment that John Thompson was trying to break his opponent's arm. I simply don't. I'm not trying to cover up for John. Had he done that, had he been trying to be a violent, aggressive person for real, not trying to create drama for a show, trying to entertain. You got to remember, John is not the best arm wrestler in the world. He's trying to be an entertaining arm wrestler. The lad was trying probably too hard. And I know that you've done this in the past. The reason your head is shaved, Pradeep, is because you will make a very confident, very informed judgment on something. Then, to your actual credit, you will find out that you may have missed some of the detail. You may have misinterpreted something because you weren't actually as aware of things as you thought you were. And you'll take a backward step and reassess things. Is that a fair comment?
I would like to know the exact context, okay. What topic you're talking about.
So what I would ask you is this then. Wait till you see Friday's match before you make too many assessments, because John Thompson went on a bit of an emotional roller coaster during the Arm Wars Iron House event, and it's fair to say that he had an epiphany of sorts. He changed his entire approach through that week, pretty much after what happened there. And it wasn't just because of the situation in that particular arm wrestle. It was because of the situation in losing the match, the pressure that created, the massive amount of emotion and effort that he put out trying to create a show. And probably trying a little too hard. Lad made a mistake. God knows we've all done that. I know I have. Okay, continue to do it week in, week out. I'm trying my best to do things right, but you can't always do it. Now, what John did do was go through a bit of a journey on that week, and by the end of the week, he came out of that experience, I believe, very differently to how he went into it. That's my honest opinion. I didn't need to sort of go over and, there were a few comments made, but I didn't need to go over and check John and chastise John or give him some stick. He did it himself. He did it. He brought himself back in line. That is what happened. John Thompson took it upon himself to think, actually, that was a dick move. I regretted doing that. He regretted it pretty instantly. We're talking seconds after. And he readdressed himself and amended his direction in the pull. One of the referees we had there mentioned it. He said, okay, yeah. He acknowledged it. He apologized immediately, and he started to amend the direction of the pull. People say he did it twice. He didn't. He did it once, where he drove off the pad and drove forward with his arm at Kieran. The second one was a genuine attempt to force down with his hand towards the pad. Pressure the front of the pad, but he immediately tried to recover that position and actually tried to contest with the ref that he should have been on a runner because his elbow came back on the pad, to which I said, no, John, that was on you. That was a big one. It was a big foul. It's not a running foul. It's a straight foul. But nevertheless, there was a marked difference in the attempt in the first round, which was petulant and distasteful, a silly move. The second one was not. He was trying to arm wrestle. Now, the only comment that I made, I'm not supporting the move at all. What I said is that under the rules of the sport as they stand currently, and actually, I'm gonna lead rather than follow on this because the rest of the sport hasn't actually done something. So if something good's come out of this at all, let's try and take strides forward because I do not like that kind of. I'm going to try that being in the mind of an arm wrestler for any reason. And the way to do that is to move it more away from foul and more towards unsportsmanly conduct, more towards misconduct in a match, and try to make that so that you're immediately discouraging any arm wrestler from doing it. Have I lost you, mate?
No, but your connection is like freezing a bit for me at least. But I can hear you. I can hear you.
Could you hear what I said then, or did
I can hear all of that.
All right, mate. So what I'm going to do with Arm Wars is, because Arm Wars is the only league that I can sort of take the initiative within, but I can certainly do that. And I am trying to listen to what people are saying. Obviously, we're not going to sort of bend to the whims of everybody's opinions. That's it. It's not possible. But in this instance, I am actually on side that I don't like that kind of move, and I never have. So, I've got to put your money where your mouth is a bit, haven't you? And go forward with trying to make changes which are for the betterment of that. Well, that's what I'm going to do. With Arm Wars, we're going to move that more towards if you remove your elbow from your own elbow pad and push forward at your opponent or push directly at your opponent in that manner, it's unsportsmanly conduct, and you will have a disqualification from that round with immediate effect. So you'll immediately lose that round. Sorry,
right.
Pradeep, you wanted
to
get there. Go.
So
if anybody's got any comments, just, I can't see them, so just let me know.
The chat is going crazy. People are saying, Pradeep, if you are in trouble and you need help, just blink twice.
Mate, I've not come on here for a fight. What the hell is the point of that?
Yeah. And many people, like everyone is saying, Pradeep, just to speak up, say something. Do not be quiet. Say something.
No, don't.
Give your point. And Mark Skugera was up with a super chat. The man, the myth, the legend, Neil Pickup. So Neil, I'm going to exactly lay down all the points that I had a problem with. That is why I was speaking so sort of clearly or harshly on this topic. Point number one is, Uncle John, as you clearly mentioned, there was no rule for that. But under that situation, I believe referees should have a power to disqualify him for at least that particular round. That round,
don't.
Yeah, but they don't. Yes, if that round was a loss for Uncle John, I would have totally been fine with that, because then you can show something to other athletes that if you do such thing, you are going to be penalized for that. But right now there is
Yep,
nothing. Like there is
correct.
absolutely zero repercussions for that, and nobody's going to take a lesson from that, that we cannot do that in the future. This was my
Yep.
biggest problem. Second problem was immediately after that push, Uncle John saying, if uh, if you're going to run away from me, I'm going to chase you, sort of a challenge, like if you want to do that again, I'll also do that again. This is how I took
Look,
that.
please be aware, mate. Okay, please be aware of something, and I think this is an important point. No, there's two important points relating to that. The first one is, I mean, Ray Lipinge is a very straight guy. He was on the fix last night, and he said he was actually quite like, what the, when I watched that back, it was much more shocking than it was when you were there in the room, and that is actually true. It simply was. It was much more shocking. Shit, I'm gonna have to go in a second. People I'm meeting here, but I'll try and finish if I can here. Look, it was much more shocking on video when it's then slowed down and you've got dramatic comment. And make no mistake about it, these guys are in a room and they're doing a post-match interview. And as you'd see with the UFC, as you'd see with the WL back in the day, of course, they're trying to sell the sport to a degree. That's what they are doing. There's a degree of additional drama in there. What I would say is that that match was in no way conducted with any bad blood whatsoever. I mean, actually, I'll tell you something. Kieran Morrison contacted me to say, mate, I want to come on the show. In fact, for this, I'm going to show you his message, because I know there's a lot of doubting Thomases out there. So where are we here? Hang on. Okay, where's the camera? Can you see that? Oh, shit. Have I lost you guys?
I can clearly hear you, but your video is like very choppy, freezing.
Right, I'll tell you what I'm
your
going to do.
audio is completely fine.
Listen, because I'm going to have to go in a minute, all right?
Right.
So I'm going to send you a little screenshot of something. Okay, let me just send you this little screenshot while I'm talking. So Kieran Morrison contacted me, right? I did not contact Kieran Morrison. He contacted me. And I will send you over, Pradeep, what he sent to me, mate, so that you can see how he felt about this. This is the guy that apparently has had this terrible wrongdoing. He's the guy that suffered it, all right?
But Neil, even in that video that you posted on your channel, Morrison did mention that it could have injured his arm. He was trying to injure his arm.
Mate, he's making a TV show, making a film.
Got it. So Neil, I would like to ask.
I'm not saying that there isn't. Listen, it was a dick move. It was not a good move. John Thompson said to me after that he was embarrassed and ashamed that he did it. Mm-hmm. He apologized, but what else can he do? The rules of the sport dictates that the guy gets a foul when he does that, and that is what he got. He didn't need to get more because he was already upset at himself, embarrassed of himself, and ashamed of himself by what he said. So he took the foul. You may wanted to cut his head off. I don't know. Yeah. But it wasn't there was no injury at this point. There was no damage at this point. There was far less power in that movement than many people seem to believe was the case. There wasn't an enormous amount of power. In fact, if you are honest enough, guys, go and watch that video back, okay? You will actually see that John Thompson has to accelerate his movement in order to catch up with Kieran, who is trying to save his own skin and get out of the way, as I would have done, as anybody would have done. And I'm not trying to explain away the move for John. It was a dick move, and he acknowledged that. What I'm saying is, I do think John is a little bit he's not the only man that's ever done this in the sport of arm wrestling. If something good comes out of this, certainly from an arm wars perspective, I'm going to take the initiative on this and change that rule, that sort of whole environment, so it becomes a different thing. That's one thing that's come out of it. I can't speak for other leagues and other organizations. That's up to them, okay? But anyway, listen, guys, I am genuinely sorry if I've got to fly.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't. I hope some of that actually came across, because I can see it's choppy as hell and you keep freezing up, mate. But
your audio is perfectly fine.
Okay, well that's good at least. As I say, sorry I can't stay. I've got stuff I've got to do. I'll be going on the Aftermath show this week. I may even. I'll be honest with you. I'm sick to death of discussing this now. I feel like I try my very best to answer questions for people, to try to address comments, but you can't just continually go over the same ground. I feel like I've said a great deal on it. I've tried my very best to be as straightforward as I can. People can either accept that or not. You take you take your own decisions on that. Either way, you're all big boys and girls.
Yeah.
There it is. Thanks to everybody who tunes into the shows. I hope you enjoy the shows. I feel like John Thompson is a good man, and I think he's taken an enormous amount of brunt for something which lad doesn't deserve, in my opinion. Anyone that's ever met John Thompson, I believe, would agree that John Thompson is a good lad. He's a very straight, very genuine bloke. He's not a dick. He's not. I don't believe for 1 minute that he tried to. I wouldn't be inviting the guy back if he tried to. If I honestly believed that he tried to injure Kieran Morrison, he'd never come back to Arm Wars again. Kieran Morrison's a personal friend of mine. I like the guy very much. He's a great athlete with a cracking family. I have no interest in bringing guys into Arm Wars that are trying to break people's arms. John Thompson did not try to break someone's arm. He just didn't. Guys, thanks for giving me the opportunity to speak. Enjoy the show, and I'll see you again soon.
I have one comment, Neil. One comment / question, whatever you can call it. And that comment is you just talked about changing the rules to it being this kind of behavior straight away being a loss.
Yeah.
So you changed it, but you are changing it now. So it clearly means, and I cannot believe it to be otherwise, it clearly means that it was the effect of the backlash that move got from the community, from people like me. If you were to change it just based on that move alone, you would have changed it way back, not after the video was uploaded. So clearly the rebuttal that move got from me or some other guys, many in the comment, at least 90% people were agreeing on that. It is clearly because of that. So in some sense, it was helpful, because if we never talked about it, and that moment, as you were saying, that in that room, that kind of got unnoticed. Nobody noticed it, as Coach Ray was also saying. So even if in the video that move would have gone unnoticed, you would have never changed the rule. Am I wrong with that?
No, maybe not, mate. And listen, this is one of the things that I am obviously passionate about. I don't think that it annoys me a little bit that everybody wants to inject drama and venom and spitefulness into all this stuff. I just don't get it. For me, debating the right way on things is a healthy thing. It leads to progression. It leads to evolution. That is a good thing. I have no problem with that, and I would agree with what you just said there. No issue with that. I think I actually said it a similar way myself a few moments ago. If anything good does come out of this, then it creates a situation where you do act on something like that, and you do have the opportunity to take the lead and to initiate. I'm going to do that with Arm Wars. Hopefully, other people follow in that respect. I mean, let's be honest. It's not that misconduct is not already accounted for. If you lean across the table and butt a guy in the nose, you're gone. You know what I mean? There has to be a distinction on that type of foul based on the severity and the guidelines and that needs a little bit of thought. Okay, but I think that some of the venom, some of the emotion, and all this, let's get on a witch hunt, let's get this guy's head, needs to come out of things a little bit. I think we need to be a bit more, just generally, forget arm wrestling. You don't need to be as venomous in your approach to everything. You get so many people that are just, trying to look for something that isn't there, trying to inject this drama and corruption angle. It's just garbage, and it's a little bit frustrating. I think John Thompson is taking an enormous amount of heat for something, and I would ask everybody to sort of just reassess yourself on that. You might love John, you might hate John, but trying to make something, trying to accuse the guy of intentionally trying to break someone's arm, a bit heavy for me, a lot heavy for me. Just don't believe that's the case. I think it's garbage, and I'm quite prepared to stand by that comment.
But I Neil, I personally, after seeing so much happening after I made three, 4 videos about it, and Ryan Bowen also talked about it. You also talked about it. Now Devon also made a video about it. I truly believe that if these moves were never initiated, maybe now, since it has happened now, maybe people are going to be extra careful. They're going to think twice even before that, even during that heat of the moment. They're going to think twice, seeing how much rebuttal Uncle John got from it. Maybe that situation will be less in numbers in the future, just because of people like Devon talking about it.
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, you can only judge people by their own merits and their own situations. We'll see what happens in that respect. I really don't know. But we can certainly from an arm wars perspective, that's not something we encourage anyway. It's not going to change for 1 minute our opinion of John Thompson. John's past proving himself to myself and Arm Wars. He's a good lad and he's welcome back at Arm Wars anytime. But listen, mate, I've really got to go because I've got people, you can probably hear them talking outside the door here. I really got to go and get in this meeting. So
thanks.
Thank you very much. Take it easy. Back off, John, guys. John Thompson's a good dude. All of a good evening. All the best to you and your families. I'm gonna get out of Dodge.
Thank you very much, Neil. Bye.
No worries, mate. See you in a bit.
So I had a super chat from Dana McWhite. Sorry, brother, I was not able to read it. Pradeep, you're wrong about Uncle John. You need to apologize. First of all, I'm not wrong about it. I did not say or talk about anything that he had not done. Second of all, and you need to apologize. There is absolutely no way. $5 apology when I'm not wrong. You can send me $5 million and I'm going to refuse that. There is absolutely no way. Not a single human on earth who can force me to apologize for someone else's mistake. I mean, I can do if it was a genuine mistake of my friend and I knew he messed it up, but not in this case. Dana McWhite, and you're being very disrespectful, using wrong words against me on other channels while giving super chat. At least I will give it that much to you. You're not that much disrespectful. Actually, not disrespectful at all. You're very respectful here, but your super chat, brother, is absolute trash. No way, absolutely no way. Dynamic White again, if you're choking out a guy in the UFC, do you stop before he passes out? No, it's up to the opponent to tap, but choking someone out is within the rules. I don't know what you're saying here. It is within the rules. Ryan Bluebone, it should be a rule that if you make a move to injure your opponent, you should have a point taken from you. Yes, Neil was mentioning it, and I did not want to interrupt him. Are we guys quite sure that in WAF or in any league, there is no rule to straight away disqualify anyone or straight away give someone a loss if he does something like that? There has to be a rule like that. Arm wrestling rules cannot be so much underdeveloped that we do not have a rule for that. It was kind of a doubtful moment for me. Pradeep just wants to hurt others, just not physically. Jack is saying it's not about. And again, guys, great to see a lot of support from you here as well. Even after Neil arrived, I was reading the comments. Good support, but there is absolutely no way. Even if Dana McWhite comes on my show, joins my chat, I am going to let him speak for as much as he wants. I absolutely never interrupt my guests, never. And Dana McWhite, I can even send you a link if you want, because opinions can be wrong. Yes, opinions can be wrong. Absolutely right. Dana needs some milk. Neil, you can't save the sinking Titanic. Mark Figuera is saying everything happened how it should have. This was, and I'm truly happy for this. I needed, thanks to Pradeep, got all the attention. Yes, truly. This is right. Now, Devon also, I truly believe if I never made, let's say if I myself never made a video about that, then would Ryan Bowen had made 2-3 videos about it? Would Neil Pickup talk about it so much? Would Devon Larratt make a video about it? I think I am the ignition to all of this. And just because these people are going to be more careful in the future. Abhirup saying, as a promoter, got a bit worried about the hate. That is true as well. Lagia. So what will the new rule be? New rule is this: if he does that again, it will be a loss. But second time, I think it should be more than that. It should be a disqualification in that match. But yes, minimum acceptable punishment is a loss in that round. Decent idea, Ryan. Who is Ryan here? Ryan Bluebone. Okay. then you should have a point taken from your total. If you have more than 0, you should, and if you have 0 points, your opponent should receive 1 point. I assume you're talking about 1 round. Ask him more about the new rule. Sorry, I cannot, brother. Iska battery is low. I hope it doesn't get shut down. Normal bloke versus timid drama YouTuber. Uncle John, the arm snapper. Guys, I can explain why I am so much intense about this situation. I'm someone whose blood starts boiling when I see elbow hops go unnoticed, when I see fouls not being called. I absolutely hate those things. So you can imagine how much furious I'm going to get when I see some things like that, and with zero repercussions. To me, an elbow foul for such situation is nothing, absolutely nothing. It is up to the opponent to know how to arm wrestle. So now you're saying it was Morrison's fault. Okay, that's amazing, Dynamic White. I expected that from you, unless you are saying some other talking about some other topic in a chat that I missed. He made a rule change to prevent this from happening again. This is really, I asked for. This is why I was happy. I was ready to be like crazy in the chat with Neil. But even before that, he mentioned that, yes, we changed the rule. Then I was like, calm down. We got what we needed. Our videos succeeded. And that's a very, very clear point. Like if what we are doing, talking about it, if that is wrong, then I don't know why would they change the rule after the rebuttal. So clearly we did the right thing. John the arm mangler. And Dynamic White, if I was wrong about Uncle John and I needed to apologize, then Neil wouldn't have changed the rule. Let's go, Pradeep. Just ambush Uncle Bob and shave his mustache. This situation doesn't happen often, a few times out of thousands of matches. Yes, because it is such severe occasion. It cannot happen every day. True, tailing about this was good. Not good enough, Neil. Public hangings is the only situation as a stick up. Pradeep is trash. Jack, I can. Thank you very much for the support, brother. Pradeep have integrity. That is one of the big reasons why I did this. Dynamic, you need to know how to protect yourself, not your opponent to protect you. Can you make one comment? Can you write one comment, Dynamic White, that makes sense? Pradeep, Engin just went live. Okay, Engin is live. I'm going to have to end this maybe. Prime John versus Levan. Good question. Pradeep, did you watch the video of Siplinkov and John talking about final match between them? Yes. Just before this live stream, Timmy. And we talked about it in this live stream as well. So basically what Dennis was saying towards the end of that video, he explained why he lost the first match, why he won the second match, lost the second match and won the third one, and how the final match can happen. He needs medical clearance from the doctors, and he believes he can train. He believes he's fit to train. This is what I got from that video. Beerman streamed about you with your crime thumbnail. I won't lie, I laughed at that thumbnail. I was able to watch 17 minutes. I won't lie. This was the first live stream that I ever clicked on Uncle, what is his name? Beerman's channel. I was able to watch it till 17 minutes. The thumbnail was good. I laughed at it. Pradeep Engin said he's the angry Turk and doesn't check who's already live before he goes live. Life is hard, but it's even harder without your dumb Dana. Man, Dana might make some weird comments. Pradeep Engin said, okay, read that. Dennis wants a match, but the GOAT will crush that Russian. Engin doesn't ever read my comments. Anybody know if he's mad at me? Please check. If comment on Engin's channel, and check from other email ID whether you're blocked or not. Maybe you're blocked. Life is hard, but you are harder. So thank you very much, guys. Please go over to Engin Terzi's live stream. Sorry, I really apologize. I was not able to talk about the final topic, East versus West 4 matches. I'm going to talk about them tomorrow for sure. I'll create a separate live stream. Maybe I'll change the thumbnail. Maybe not. Maybe I won't change the thumbnail for this one. You're probably banned like me. Levan Gasparini saying Dennis wants a match for Croatian. Listen, we all make mistakes in life, even in normal circumstances, and UJ did it. Might be exceptional circumstances. Yes, my hate is not towards Uncle John. Please get it cleared. My hate is him not having any consequences for that. This is what my hate is for. I do not dislike that guy. I actually love that guy, but I dislike the fact that he just got away with it with just an elbow foul. This is what I have a big problem with. And another thing that I have a problem with is people taking others to court with something much less severe than this and saying we are not going to talk about this just because he's my friend. These are the topics that I have a problem with. My problem, trust me, is not at all with Uncle John. You guys are not getting it correctly if you think I hate Uncle John or something. Timmy Turner is saying Pradeep is probably the most unbiased person in arm wrestling. He doesn't lie or cover up for anyone else, regardless of friendships. That is correct. I talked about Engin Terzi as well. If Engin does the same thing, he's my best friend, I'm going to make a same video about him as well. And as I clearly mentioned many times, my hate is not for him. If he faced the consequences, if he lost that round, at least that was at least what I wanted. If he lost that round or was disqualified from that match, I would have kept calm and I would have not said anything. Just like when an elbow foul gets called, somebody does an intentional elbow foul and it gets called. You're okay with that. You get furious when that elbow foul doesn't get called. If you hated that person, you would hate him even after the foul got called. But you don't, because you do not hate that person who is doing the foul, intentional foul. You hate the fact that the foul was not being called. And this is exactly what I'm hating here. Pradeep, judge, jury, and executioner. I feel the same way about it, Timmy Turner. Yeah, I make a video for new matches. Thank you very much. I'll make it. Brother, you are right, Pradeep. Thank you, Joseph. Rich and Neil Pickup Official agree with everything you said, except that if it wasn't intentional. First round, he won. Second, he lost in strap. He was frustrated and fucked up. So Rich M is probably watching the live stream 20 minutes behind. Respect for speaking your mind, Pradeep. I will always keep on doing that. I may be keep on getting called hater of many people, but I don't really bother that. And I've seen through it, man. Ryan Bowen saying he has a thick skin. And I cannot tell you what are the things that he said to me in the DM, even though I consider him a friend, but he still sent me a message like that. A video, just a respectful video can absolutely shatter Ryan Bowen's thick skin. Uncle John, I don't mind people hating me. I want all the hate. Please send all the hate towards me. Absolute bullshit. These guys, they do not have any thick skin. Did you see how worried Ryan Bowen was? Not able to sleep. He was calling people. He was like, he almost needed medical attention when Devon Larratt made a video about him. When Devon Larratt made a video that this is bullshit, whatever you're talking, the referee is going to decide the match. Ryan was completely, I do not know. I don't know enough English to come up with the right word for that situation. But Ryan was all messed up, even in a worse situation than what Uncle John is now. And then that guy says he has developed a thick skin. I had a thicker skin than you when I was 10 years old. Somebody try to get me into that situation. Those guys do not have any thick skin. Get your back, Pradeep. Alpha males don't cuddle bullies. Pradeep on Demon Time. Ryan's comment on your video was cringe. Absolutely. And even on Ryan's, this is the problem. This is why these guys should understand. Even on their channel, they are commenting, and their comment, even after pinning the comments on their channel, that comment is getting 2 likes. And someone who is supporting me on this topic in the replies, who not many people read anyways, are getting 15-20 likes. So that should tell them something. Praising hands. Your thoughts on Schoolboy right now? Will he come back? And he never left. He just cannot compete because Russians are banned. He never left, brother. How strong will the opponents be like which opponents he should face. Which opponents he should face? Schoolboy. Great question. Man, difficult question. Matt Mask. I think Schoolboy right now beats Matt Mask. Beats Matt Mask. But I would like to see that match left and right-handed. That is the match to make, in my opinion. Pradeep versus Bowen left hand match. Man, I should start training now. But now everyone has to make a video and talk about it. Okay, it is weird place, this whole YouTube thing. Nobody here is really friends if you haven't really met someone. Steve Denny, very smart, very high IQ comment from you. Unlike Dana White, you are actually smart. If my friends did something bad like this, I wouldn't make a video and get paid off it. I'd personally hit them up. Then Ryan Bowen is absolutely correct in this. But he also did not respect that. He also made a similar video about that Jules guy, and he was ready to take him to the court. If his words were not that harsh on that guy, maybe then I wouldn't have made this video. But yes, you are right about that friendship comment. Absolutely. Bowen very much afraid for his money. Pradeep, and I was also like very much surprised. Like Devon just said that this video is bullshit. This video sucks. Something like that. I don't know what the title was. Why would Ryan get absolutely scared? Like scared is a very soft word here. What Ryan was feeling at that time. Schoolboy versus Chanshaw. Good match. Chance maybe just a small level above Schoolboy. But if you make it left and right, left Schoolboy is going to destroy him. Right is going to be close. So that match, if that match happens, I would make it left and right, so that in case the best case or even the worst case is 1-1 for both of them. Ryan has strong tendons. Pradeep has strong morals. Mark, you're right, brother. Brittle guy. Yes, I believed it for a moment that Ryan has a thick skin, but after what Ryan sent me an audio message, that was pathetic, man. And he got the reply. That he deserved from me. He's embarrassed and ashamed. What else can he do? Justifying the problem. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. I really appreciate your support. Again, overwhelming support. Even if the legends of the sport are speaking against me, you guys are still having my back on my channel and on their channel. This is something that I will never be able to forget in my life. Thank you very much again, and bye-bye. Subscribe and like also.